Hey everybody, Dr. Will here. Just want to take a minute of your time to talk to you about something that I think is really important. I know that a bunch of you have heard about vaccines, and there's kind of a vaccine controversy right now in our country. A lot of really strong opinions and a lot of shrill conversation. So I just want to take a minute to clear the air a little bit, give you my perspective, and kind of let you know where I'm coming from. Before you tune me out, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to talk about science here. I'm not going to talk about who's right, who's wrong, who's crazy, who's sane. I mean, you guys have heard plenty of that. I'm going to present you a perspective that I think is a little bit underrepresented, and it really comes down to a question of freedom. So let me ask you guys this question. If you're a unique and autonomous human being, do you think that you should have rights? I think we should. You know, and people understand that as Americans, we're blessed to have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. We can subscribe to the newspapers we want to or not subscribe. Those are just some examples of places where people are given the ability to choose. And I think that when it comes to people's own health and the sanctity of our unique bodies here, I think that this is really important. So my basic question is, as a unique, autonomous person, who should decide what does or doesn't go in your body? Should you decide that? Should I decide that? I don't think so. Should the government decide that? I really don't think so. I believe that people are smart enough to make decisions for themselves, and when it comes to your own body, which at the end of the day is all you got, you should be able to choose. And you should be able to choose for your children who are under your care. And so I don't see the mandatory vaccinations in California or in other places where they're pushing this type of bill. I don't see this as a scientific argument. I see this as a basic human rights issue. And I think that here in America, the land of the free, we should be able to decide. We should be able to have the freedom to choose what we put in our bodies. And I think that's something that's overlooked. You know, a lot of poisonous conversation about who's right and who's wrong, and some people are just clinging to science, and some people are just clinging to, I don't know, you hear some things about the anti-vaxxers that are really kind of demeaning. But at the end of the day, I think, come on, we're Americans, and we should be able to decide what we do or don't do, and what does or doesn't go in our bodies. So as for me, I want to be making that call, and I hope that you guys understand where I'm coming from, and I hope that this kind of tones down the conversation a little bit, and maybe we can come to some kind of an understanding based on a common love that we have in America, which is the love of freedom. So there's my 2 cents, guys. I hope it was enjoyable to you, and I hope that it kind of put things in perspective amidst this conversation.